So first thing I'm going to go over here on film. Again, these are things that are probably in a lot of defenses, but I'll tell you guys how we run them. These are things that we have in every week, and then I'll get into the things that we put in weekly to try to, again, keep our defense fresh and keep the other team from really having any idea how to game plan for us. So just going here, first thing we have here is XY, and I'll talk about coverage later. There might be a few things I buzz through, but when we call XY, that's again us saying one of two things. It's very long distance, so this is 3rd and 15, and we're saying our D line is better than your O line, so we're going to stay in coverage. We're going to run a game up front, and we should get home. So when we call an XY, X is talking to the weak side. It's talking to our nose and our bandit. Our bandit's our weak side defensive end, our 5 technique. Our Y is talking to our 3 technique and our joker. Our joker plays a ghost 6 technique, and he's the stand-up guy you can see right here. And that's, again, our most athletic D-line. So XY, so what we should have happening here, let's see if we can get this to play. You should see that twist happening up front. And our XY, our inside guys are coming first. They're responsible for having they're the contained player. Our ends, both of them should take 2 jab steps upfield, and they should be looping inside. We do not tell them which gap they have to go to. They're looking for the first open gap. So we don't say you have to get to the A gap, you have to get to the B gap. Same thing for our inside guys. Their ultimate responsibility is contain. Now, what we teach them is they're going to run through the tackle. So we teach them here and then outside, but what we'll get a lot of times, that tackle, he'll pass that so deep that this guy can come inside of that and still be a contained player. So we do not want them just to be a blocking dummy. We don't run that and say, hey, it's only the defensive end's job to make the tackle. If you can still do your job and then make the tackle, that's what we want to get done. So I'll let it play here one time so you can see how this fits up. And then the end zone view for you. And I have a couple clips on here of these XYs. So again, our inside guys are going first. They're responsible for ultimate contain. Outside guys, they're coming in second. Okay, another clip. I won't spend a ton of time on these, but the big issue you see right here, again, our inside guys have to know this is the same call that we just had. So it's an XY, and we're playing man under 2 deep. You can see up top, the 3 technique does not do his job. He lets the ball outside of him. That can't happen, especially when we're playing our black coverage. Again, black being man under 2 deep. All of our secondary has eyes on their man. So we're not playing for quarterback scramble because we're saying that 3 technique and that nose are going to do their job. So a very critical coaching point you can see right there. That guy cannot come inside. And we get lucky and get him on the ground. But right there, we're mad at the D-line. They're not doing their job. They have to understand that. So that's, to me, the most critical part. Any game inside, whoever has the ultimate contain, you've got to have it. That's your only job. Okay, I'll bust this one quick. Again, this is an XY right here. You can see how this one fits up pretty good with that end coming in second. Again, our weak side end is who we're looking at here. Does a great job of stemming upfield, pushing that tackle to make sure he thinks that he's actually rushing, gives him time to come back inside. So that's a critical part of those games for us, is to make sure that we sell it upfield first. If you don't sell it upfield, that inside guy, that guard's just going to look for that guy because he knows you're already looping. So you must sell it upfield, make them think you're rushing, then plant your foot and come under. Okay, moving on from the XYs here. So here's our twist jet. Again, this is us saying that the reason we would call this, we're saying our defensive ends specifically are better than your tackles. And this is one of those situations we had 2 defensive ends that were studs, so we're not going to waste them on a game. We're going to leave them out there one-on-one, and we're going to say that you are rushing. All you have to do is beat the tackle. And then inside, we'll still run. You can see right here, we're running a twist. So that's a stunt between our tackle and our 3 technique. And a really important thing that we tell our guys, and again, it's high school football, so you have to understand, I have to understand, some of these guys don't love the game as much as we do, so they're not going to study it like we do. And what that means, when we call a twist, what should be happening is the tackle should be coming first. But that'll get screwed up. So what we want is communication between these two. So we ask our tackle to make the call. So if I call twist, he should be saying, hey, me, me, me. And now there's no chance of a miscommunication. So even if they run opposite of what I called, but they communicated, it's okay. What we don't want is them running into each other. So it's a critical part that they communicate what's going on. Again, obviously there's a loss contained, but that's the reason that we like twist jet in this game, because we said, hey, this defensive end, he's better than that tackle, and we're just going to let him go. Okay, just one more picture here of a twist jet. Again, you can see why we like it. We're saying that our defensive ends are just better than your outside guys. Now you can see here an issue, and I'll get into this in the next slide. Slip screens, big issue, because we're rushing, and that's a problem with a jet call. There's no chance that they're going to feel a screen, because we're telling them to pin their ears back and go. So that's definitely a drawback that we have. If we call a jet or a rush, they're not going to feel screen. You're playing man under too deep. So some things that we have to combat that, I'll show you on the next slide, but that's an issue. If you wanted to ask why would you not call that on 3rd and 12? T slip screen, that would be an issue why. So 2 things that we have to combat that. First one here, you can see it's a twist jet, so it's the same call we just had on the last slide, but we tag it Mike delay. And what the Mike's job is on a Mike delay, he is not blitzing the quarterback, he's blitzing the running back. So wherever the running back steps up to pass pro, the Mike is going, what we call it, stepping on his toes. So I don't care if it's drop back pass and this kid steps up here, that's where the Mike's going. Even if he could go sack the quarterback, I don't care. I'm telling him, hey, we do not want a screen run. So you are blitzing a delayed blitz. You're going exactly where the running back is. You're not going where the quarterback is. Now he's wrong here. But what we have happen, because he's able to communicate and we're not playing black. So if you look at our coverage here, we're playing squirm, something I talked about earlier. The backers, the outside backers, they are responsible for a flare. So if they get the back going either way, they will take him. Okay, and that's what frees up when the Mike here does go to the quarterback, because he makes that push call, he's able to go. But again, if he were to step up anywhere in between the tackles, that's where the Mike is going. That's his sole responsibility. When he flares, that gives the Mike the freedom to go ahead and add on the quarterback. Okay, our other option for a 3rd and long, thinking it's possibly a screen. Okay, we call it strong loop. So again, this is out of our base personnel. We line up, and again, you have no way on the offense to idea that this is coming, because we play our end in a ghost sticks and a stand-up technique. So his rule is if he gets any pass set from that tackle, he's looping, and what he should then be doing is blitzing the back. So you'll see him loop here, but he doesn't do it correctly, because when he does loop, his only job is to find the running back and to blitz him. So you can see here he does loop, but he's too late finding the running back, so they still run that screen on us. Now this is 3rd and 21. We still get it on the ground, but it should be a gain of about 5, not a gain of 18. Okay, now if that was for some reason, it's 3rd and 21, so we don't think it's going to happen, but for some reason, we get run blocks up front. We get stretch, and they're just trying to get it to a point where they can punt the football. That guy, our joker's not going to loop anymore. So unless he gets a true pass set, he's not dropping. Any pass that he gets from that tackle, he's dropping, and you can see it here a little bit better from the tight view. The tackle has to be smart as well. Our 3 technique has to be smart, because if he gets a pass set, he knows that joker's looping, which means he's lost contain, and you can see it here. Our 3 technique does a great job getting a pass set and looping for contain. Again, if he got a run block, he wouldn't be doing that. So that's one that you do have to rep and practice and make sure they can understand that. But those are 2 ways that we're able to hopefully help play the screen, which we get a lot of on 3rd and longs down here.